I'm finally on the mend from my surgery. I had to take quite a bit of time before I was able to go back to work and like leave the house. My hair kind of got out of control. It grows really fast and right now it's really long in the wrong areas. I went out and I bought frose from Arctic Fox. So my plan is to dye under my bangs pink and then cut it so I can see again.
I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised when I found out I'd fallen for you. I didn't want to believe my feelings for you. I didn't want to believe that I could lose you if I told you just how
Hello, it is the next day. All of that took a lot longer than I expected, so I just kind of stopped recording at some point and went to sleep. I do really like the color, but it is a bit more muted than I expected. I think some of the reason why is because when you single out the color, you know, just look at it as it is, it's a nice pastel pink, but then as soon as I put my bangs over top of it, it like darkens it a bit, which, you know, makes sense. It's a bunch of brown strands mixing with pink ones, but for some reason I just didn't think about that. So yeah, it's not quite what I envisioned, but I still really like the color. I think the plan is to continually switch it up a little bit. Once this pink is done, I might actually go for one that's more of a purpley pink to balance out the more brass tones in this color, but we'll see, time will tell. This morning I painted my nails a nice little yellow color for spring. It is specifically this one from Essie, and I did my makeup too. My makeup look lately has been really simple. I've just been using a brow gel to kind of darken and sculpt them, and then curling my lashes. About 90% of the time I just leave it as just curled lashes, but today I did put on some mascara. I've been using specifically the Clump Crusher from CoverGirl for quite a while. It is my favorite mascara ever. And then I finish it off with a cream blush. I usually just dab it on the tops of my cheeks and then a little bit on my nose and a little bit on my lips. This morning I've been really in my head. I'm dating someone right now, and it's been a while, if I'm being honest. I dated a handful of people when I first moved to this city, and then those weren't good, and I went to therapy eventually for a year, and at the end of it I realized I was dating people that weren't on my level, and I've struggled to find anyone who's as good as me. No, I've just been a bit more selective with the kinds of people I've let into my life, especially romantically. This time around is a little bit different because up until now, I've exclusively dated people from either dating apps or DMs of a sort. You know, there's still a little bit of stigma around that, but I'm not ashamed. Like, as a queer person, dating apps are a pretty necessary part of our romantic lives. It's a way for us to stay safe and avoid homophobic people. But because I've exclusively dated from apps, there is a specific kind of routine those kinds of relationships take. You know, it's two people who are upfront about a romantic intention. So I find that getting to know each other, both in a physical sense and connecting over your lives, it happens quite quickly. You know, you're two strangers who don't know each other. There's nothing to lose. And I find that all of that comes out on the table quite quickly. Whereas the external world of both partners takes a little bit longer. With these people that I've dated, I've only met their parents if they still lived with them. And my parents haven't met anyone I've dated since I was like 15, even though there are numerous relationships in between there. My experience with dating apps is a decently paced internal connection between me and the other person, and a slower paced external connection from our separate worlds. Now, my current partner is one of my best friends. We met at a bookstore that we both worked at, and we're friends that flirted for 2 years. Now we're here, and I don't completely know what to do on the external world situation. My entire family has already met them on the premise of a friend, and I the same with theirs. And as an example, I've met my partner's sister numerous times being their friend, but the other day was the first time all of us were hanging out on the knowledge that we are now dating. We all wanted to watch a movie, and the one chosen was Burlesque. I'd never seen it before, but the two of them had and loved it. Regardless of my feelings on the movie, there's this one specific scene, all right, where this woman and this man both drunk, come back to an apartment, kind of flirting, kind of having those vibes. And the woman goes, I'm gonna sleep on the couch in the living room. The man is gonna sleep in his bed in the bedroom. They go their separate ways and the door between them closes. But suddenly, the man, he opens the door, he's in these goofy ass pajamas, and he goes, I forgot something. Let's say it's water. I forgot I need to drink some water. So he goes across the living room to the kitchen, gets water, whatever, goes back to his room. Then the door opens again, and he only has the goofy pajama bottoms, but no top. He goes, forgot another thing. I don't know what it is. Let's just say fucking vitamins. He goes across the living room, goes to the kitchen, gets whatever he needs, goes, okay, now I'm done for real. Back to the room. Then the door opens again. What a surprise. Except this time he's fully naked, not even underwear. He's completely naked. He goes, I'm actually a bit hungry. And he goes to the kitchen and he's eating cereal and he's covering the cereal box over his junk, and the woman's laughing and she's like, oh no, no. And he goes, all right, I'm going for real. Goes back to his bedroom. Then the door, once again, slowly opens, but it's a little bit more ominous. He's a bit more shadowed. And in this moment, I decided to say, I fully expected to see him skinned, and then also proceeded to describe the way in which he would look without skin. And my partner said, oh my God. And their sister had their jaw dropped. And in that moment, I realized that was a thing I shouldn't have said. It is time to show you my outfit. I have a goal this year of not shopping fast fashion at all with clothes, on top of wanting to save more money. So I've really been trying to rework my closet and pair pieces together that I never have before. I think today's outfit is a really good example of that because the color palette I'm working with is purple, red, and yellow. And if someone had told me those are the colors they're using for an outfit, I would have vomited. Those three colors together sound disgusting to me, but I made something work. I really like this outfit, so let me show you.
You said find someone to talk to, got nobody to talk to, got no one else to talk to, but I'm trying to feel now. I stopped taking these pills now. I want something real, something like
As you can see, I have a lot of accessories. This ring here was given to me when my grandma passed away, along with this middle one. This red one I thrifted, and the pearl bracelet is from a little Japanese shop in the city called Yoyoso. I'm also wearing some of my favorite pendants. There's this crocheted rose from my grandma as well, a little polymer clay red heart, and a pendant of my mother's face. Do you think that's weird? Look, I fixed my trauma, go fix yours.
And it goes a little something like
I'm just chilling with Zircon and writing some poetry. It is April 29th as I'm recording this, and okay, she's trying to show hole on camera. It's April 29th as I'm recording this, and I'm participating in Escapril this year, which is Savannah Brown's poetry project, I guess you could call it. Basically, every day of April, you write a poem based on a prompt she gives. I've been aware of this as of the last couple years. I just have never actually done it because I don't like writing poetry based off prompts. Like, I want to write it about my own experiences, and sometimes prompts don't align with that. But it's been like basically since high school since I've done that sort of writing method, and I was just like, I'm gonna give it a go. And so my partner and I, that's what we've been doing for all of April. We've been writing these prompts, and then every week or so sharing the poetry we wrote. It's been quite a while since I've even shared poetry on this channel. Not really for any particular reason, it's just I've been really like working on my manuscript for my novel, so up until this month poetry hasn't been on the forefront of my mind. However, now that escapril is coming to an end, I thought I would read you a couple. The one I'm going to start with was from day 10, and the prompt was magnification. This poem is a reflection of my queerness in relation to my family, but also I've just been thinking about how my whole life people have made me very aware that I'm a farm girl. Like in elementary school, I used to get bullied about mostly being poor, but one of the things that went along with that was having more raggedy clothes. You know, I had animals everywhere. Clothes were not made for fashion, they were made for function. When I started developing my style a bit more in high school, I also got backhanded compliments like, oh, you surprise me that you're from a farm because you dress well, or you dress well for someone from a farm, like different shit like that, right? Fast forward to being an adult, I moved to the city, and some of it is still centered around my clothes, but not always. Sometimes it's the way I talk or a specific kind of accent or terms I use. And I don't know why it matters, you know, because I don't have a conservative philosophy. I don't have country bumpkin attitudes, but it's like this part of me that will always make me an outsider in my circles. Here is my poem for magnification for day 10. At family reunions, I am queer under a magnifying glass. Looking like I use pink tassel handkerchiefs, have denim teeth, looking like a crack could kiss my forehead. I am sitting in my aunt's wine glass. I'm inhaling secondhand smoke like a sensitive man or angry woman, wondering how all of them ended up happier than me. My family don't need no queer delusion. The other one I'm gonna read is from day 14, and the prompt is taxidermy. The story behind this one, bit shorter, bit more boring. I was laying on my couch feeling like shit. If you've been caught up with my life via these videos / Instagram, you know that I have health issues and I'm in and out of the hospital all the time. So the long story short is I had a surgery, I got stitches, it was a whole painful healing process, and then the day the stitches came out, I got COVID, and although I'm double vaccinated, I had basically every single symptom, and it got so bad I actually felt like I was gonna die. And so then I went back to the hospital and I spent 11 hours there, just like crying and sweating and shaking, and I was dizzy and nauseous and every single thing. And I basically had to wait it out and just come back home afterwards. And so for like an entire month, my body was really going through it. And most of this has been during April. So I wrote the poem for taxidermy amongst all of this. Dead little thing, dead little ghost in a crumpled up sticky note. It's watching me fall asleep on the couch. Oh, the codependency between me and my dreams, dead little thing, trying to hitchhike my mind through fluttering eyes and an ice body. Ghost, you are less psychosis and more a drunk piece of me. Those are my poems for the day. I hope you enjoyed them as well as this video. I think I'm gonna leave it off here. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, like and comment to help me out as well. And I will see you later. I think that's everything. Bye.
I'm still falling for you.